Guidelines. Let me start you with this thought. Subtle and seemingly inconsequential adjustments transform wishes and aspirations into results. Number 1, don't just think it, ink it. The weakest ink is stronger than the strongest mind. Unless you write down your goals, they are often lost in the shuffle and excitement of new problems, challenges, and decisions. Eliminate outside interruptions. Brian Tracy told it to me this way. Unsuccessful people carry their goals around in their heads like marbles rattling in a can. Goals that are not in writing are merely fantasies. Put another way, they're like bullets with no powder in the cartridge. People go through life shooting blanks without written goals. To succeed, making clear written goals is your starting point. Well said, Brian. Number 2, suspend reality. Pretend it's only a game. Play in fantasy for a while. Let the giant that lay dormant inside you out to play. If you had every skill, resource, or ability in the world, what would you do? What would you set out to accomplish? Don't filter, qualify, or judge. Albert Einstein once said, "The same thinking that has led you to where you are now is not going to lead you to where you want to go." So remember, don't prejudge your ability or worthiness to have or achieve whatever your mind conceives. Let your thoughts flow. Are you feeling uneasy already? Understand that you're not committing yourself to everything or anything you write down at first. You're brainstorming, letting your imagination take a stroll. There will be time enough to separate the outrageous and the absurd, but to start, just play with reckless abandon. If a genie popped out of a lamp and could grant you 10 wishes in every one of these categories, what would you write down? Go for it. Here's number 3. Go big. It has been proven countless times by average people with meager beginnings who have risen to become extraordinary, world-changing achievers. Anything you can clearly visualize and genuinely desire is within the realm of possibility for you. Or as the great Napoleon Hill put it, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. It's important to understand that your mind doesn't care about the size of your goals. If you set little goals, you'll achieve little goals. If you set big goals, you can achieve big goals. And for the most part, it takes just about as much time, energy, and life force to achieve big goals as it does little ones. So why not set some big ones? Here's what Laird Hamilton, American big wave surfer, had to say about going big when we sat down with him at Success. All of us are capable of setting up our dreams as lofty and as high as our imaginations can bring us. When you lack imagination, it's difficult to create a goal. You have to dream, and you have to have some imagination to say, here's a big goal, now let's go conquer it. We have all been given great promise that requires very little from you. According to ancient script, all you have to do is ask. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. Give yourself permission to dream big and risk big. What would you go for if you knew success was guaranteed? If you could write the script for your character's role in life, and it could be anything, what role would you write for yourself? What's your secret ambition? What have you always wanted to do, have, be, experience, but have been too afraid to pursue? What is your BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal? What is that one thing that even the thought of it makes your palms sweat a little? You are called for greatness. Answer the call. Expect greatness from yourself. Your responsibility is to live out your greatest potential and be the best you possibly can be, right here, right now. Expect little, and as a result, receive little. As my mentor Jim Rohn has said, don't set your goals too low. If you don't need much, you won't become much. Okay, here's number 4. Speak in the positive. Decide what you want to move toward, not away from, and speak in those terms. Examples. I am my ideal weight of 190 pounds by June 1st versus I want to lose 20 pounds. Or I have a positive net worth of $1 million by August of next year versus I want to get out of debt. Or I have a loving, respectful, and intimate relationship with my wife versus I want to repair my marriage. Does that make sense? Okay, number 5. State in the I am. Make statements in the present first person. I am X versus I want X. If you write a goal like, I want to be a millionaire, your creative energy will focus on that goal, the wanting of being a millionaire. If you say, I am a millionaire by December 31st of next year, your creative power will go to work on producing what you've declared to be true. Okay, next guideline. Number 6, be sure that they are your goals. Many people set goals that they think they should have rather than what they really want for themselves. Don't let your family, colleagues, or society's ideals or expectations dictate your ambitions. In fact, if your written goals are not from your true heart and inner ambition, your creative spirit will not work to produce them anyway. All it will do is frustrate you and give you the illusion that you are a failure and not capable when in actuality you successfully didn't achieve, what your inner spirit didn't really want anyway. You don't want that to happen. Number 7, make sure your goals align with your values. Some goals aren't worth going for at all. It is important to be sure that you don't sacrifice your core values to pay for the acquisition of a promise less worthy. Goals must fit your own values, standards, and desires. If they do not meet your needs, you will find it impossible to remain interested or involved with them at all. In my interview with CEO and founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, he put this key concept this way, and this is a guy who knows a little bit about achieving big goals. Phenomenally, Starbucks has grown from 150 stores to now almost 17,000, run by 142,000 employees. He said, whatever your culture, values, or guiding principles, you have to take steps to incorporate them into the organization early so they can guide every decision, every hire, and every strategic objective you set. Your core values are as important for a large corporation as they are for you, the individual. Get your core values determined, and they will be your guiding principles for every decision, every project, and every goal that you go for. As an additional bonus, you can download the free core values assessment from thecompoundeffect.com/free. And here is number 8. Don't be afraid to fight. One of the best days of your life can be when you find your fight. Without a fight, we all become fat, lazy, and sedentary. We lose purpose, passion, and vigor. Everyone needs a worthy enemy. I mean, think about it. Luke had Darth Vader. Batman had the Joker. David had Goliath. 20-somethings have the Man. Rush Limbaugh has the liberals. Lance Armstrong fights cancer. Apple has Microsoft. These days, Microsoft has Apple. Rocky had Apollo Creed, then Mr. T, then the Russian, then. Even God has Satan. A good enemy gives you a reason to fight. It pushes you to reach deep and exercise your skills, talents, and abilities to their fullest. Having to fight challenges your character and resolve. It's great motivation. Heck, I love the fight. Fighting is exhilarating, passion-inducing, and a crusade-championing force. I'm fighting enemies right now. I hate apathy, mediocrity, and the mentality of entitlement and victimhood that is propagated in our society. And if you read The Compound Effect, you will feel my fight against the overzealous commercial media continually bamboozling us and taking us for fools to have us believe in the quick fix, secret formula, immediate gratification, overnight success solution if you just buy their gimmick and give them 3 easy payments of $39.95. For Success Magazine, I see my enemy as typical news media, television and radio programs, newspapers, and many magazines that are constantly barraging our eyes, ears, and brains with sensational, negative, and fear, worry, and anxiety-inducing images and messages that is sinister and incredibly dangerous to our creative potential, perverting our perception of the world, crippling our consciousness, and stifling our belief systems about what is positively possible in the world and for you. It is shameful. But hey, don't get me started. So, I challenge you with that thought. What are you willing to fight for? What do you see as an enemy to your industry, your family, your community, or your world? What do you hate? Do you hate injustice? Do you hate cancer, poverty, homelessness, child abduction, hunger, needlessly expensive car insurance, whatever? Hate of something negative can be a powerful force for good. Find your enemy and let that image stir your blood, have you dig a little deeper, go a little longer, and fight a lot harder. I love the challenge Martin Luther King Jr. gave us when he said, if you haven't found something you're willing to die for, you aren't fit to live. What are you willing to cross a 100-story sky-high plank for? What are you willing to work day and night for? What are you willing to die for? So essentially, you can really live. Answer that single question, and this entire program will have been the most important program you've ever read or listened to. Find your fight. Number 9, abandon limiting beliefs. There's a story about a little dog whose owner kept it on a 20-foot leash for years tied to a tree. He would see other dogs and would run right to the end of the leash. He knew exactly how far he could go. One day, the owner finally felt sorry for the dog, so he let him off the leash. The owner thought the dog would take off running happy and free. When another dog came along, sure enough, his dog got up and took off running. Much to the owner's surprise, when he got to where his leash would have ended, the dog stopped right where he always did. The dog was free, he just didn't realize it. Don't you be constrained by the imaginary, limiting beliefs you might be keeping yourself tethered to. And number 10, fear not. For the last guideline, I ask you to consider this passage from Marianne Williamson's book, A Return to Love. Quote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Okay, now go to the Grand Design Worksheet and have fun. When you have fully liberated your wild imaginations, then come back and we'll walk through them together to scrub your goals to be sure that they are smart and balanced.
Hi, this is Edwin Cabrera, the Online Marketing Sensei here in Manassas, Virginia. Let me start with a disclaimer that Darren Hardy has nothing to do with my business, and I don't know Darren Hardy, but the 10 guidelines to success are wonderful to know, to understand. They will help you in any endeavor that you have in life, and particularly if you're working on an online business. And if you're looking for direction, if you're struggling online and you need some help, and you're looking for a team of professional online marketers who can help you build your network, build your business, then go to neverendingopportunities.com. There you will find a team of professional marketers who can help you build your online business. So this is Edwin Cabrera, the Online Marketing Sensei here, signing off in Manassas, Virginia.